On the show today, we are going to be celebrating the top 10 best Fuji musicians and their first albums, respectively. That is what we are going to be talking about on the show today. Because we as a Yoruba people, we hold Fuji music in high esteem. Fuji music is a symbol that is representing us culturally across the world. At number 10, Alhaji Muri Thunder. Alhaji Muri Thunder is one of the most talented Fuji musicians we have in the game. He has been in the industry for a long time. His first album, Optimism, was released in the year 1999. Alhaji Muri Thunder is one of the most lyrically inclined Fuji musicians we have in the game. At number 9, Alhaji Shef, the Abeokuta-based Mr. Kadoso Omoko official. You know how it is now. Alhaji Shef is one of the veterans we have in the Fuji music industry. He has been in the industry for a long time after spending decades, of years in the industry. His first album, Kadoso, was released in the year 1990. You know what I'm saying? He has done a lot of studio albums, but one of his greatest albums will be Ojumore. When Ojumore, came out in the year 1996, everywhere buzzed. That album actually brought prominence to Alhaji Shef Omoko. Yes, so Alhaji Shef Omoko has done a whole lot in the music industry. At number 8, Igwe Remi Aluko actually started his Fuji journey from his area in Ebute Metta. He was actually born into a Christian family, because normally when you look at all the Fuji icons we have in the industry, almost all of them, like 99.9% of them actually come from Muslim background. You understand? Because Fuji music is a musical genre with a lot of attributes from Islam. You understand? So mostly, a lot of people believe for you to become a Fuji musician, you must actually be a Muslim, because there has to be a touch of Islamic intelligence, Arabic intelligence fused into your music as a Fuji music icon. But in the case of Igwe Remi Aluko, he is one of the most successful Fuji musicians that we have in the game that is not a Muslim. Fact. So Igwe Remi Aluko, his first album was released in the year 1995. That album was titled Celebration. Igwe Remi Aluko is one Fuji musician that has flair, for hip-hop attribute, because we have seen a lot of collabos that he has done with some of the greatest, Afrobeat musicians. I'm talking about Konga. I'm talking about Da Green. I know you all remember that song. Da Green, Konga, Remi Aluko. Ma Farawa Iwa Luko. Who do this beat na Lelo? Yes. Baba Bosse is one of the most versatile Fuji musicians we have in the game. He has done it over and over again. At number 7, Alhaji Taye Currency. Alhaji Taye Currency, Yomo Kubansin. Baba Honorable, you already know how it is. Alhaji Taye Currency has been in the game for a long time. He has been doing it. His consistency is, his hard work has paid off, because now you cannot count, Fuji musicians with notable contributions without mentioning Alhaji Taye Currency. Yes, Alhaji Taye Currency is actually one of the most sought after Fuji musicians we have in the game. Yes, so Baba Honorable, when they call him Baba Honorable, it is not just a nickname. He is actually a father to an honorable in the state of Oyo. Yes, because his son Yusuf Adebisi is one of the respected honorables they have in Oyo State House of Assembly. So his first album, titled Millennium, was released in the year 2008. Yes, so Alhaji Taye Currency, one of the mentees, one of the proteges of Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma. He has been carrying that torch for a long time. But recently, a lot of sagas, a lot of dramas actually happened, between him and his idol. But all those things has been squashed. At number 6, Alhaji Sule Alao Malaika. Alhaji Sule Alao Malaika stands out amongst all the Fuji icons we have in the industry. They call him Imeku. That means anybody they call Imeku, he is one of the most, well-dressed Fuji musicians we have in the game. This guy, when it comes to fashion sense, this guy is top notch. Alhaji Sule Alao Malaika is one of the most traveled Fuji musicians. He has been to over 50 countries. Now, this is another topic for another day. His first album, titled Mr. Wonder, was released in the year 1994. Yes, when you talk about one of the most trending Fuji musicians that we have in the game, there is no how you are not going to mention Alhaji Sule Alao Malaika. Oṣé Ọlọ́run òbójú mi jẹ́ gbẹ́gbẹ́gbẹ́. That song is trending. Alhaji Sule Alao Malaika, let me give him his flowers. See, he is one of the most handsome Fuji musicians we have in the game. And again, he is one of the best dancers we have in the Fuji music industry. This guy can dance, this guy can dress, and this guy, he has got this kind of, classic, touch when it comes to lifestyle. Yes, that is Alhaji Sule Alao Malaika. Yes, so at number 5, Adewale Ayuba, Mr. Johnson. Adewale Ayuba. Mr. Johnson is one of the most creative Fuji musicians we have in the game. He has been in the game for a long time. He is one of the most versatile Fuji musicians we have in the game. He is widely, respected for his classic input into Fuji music. He won the best artist of the year at the prestigious Nigerian Music Awards. He has won 2 Kora Awards. Kora Awards is an international award based in South Africa, so no be small thing. Mr. Johnson actually won the Eddie's Performer of the Year in the year 2016. Mr. Johnson is one of the most decorated, Fuji icons we have in the industry. He's one of the most celebrated Fuji icons we have in the industry, and his versatility, spreads across all other genres of music industry in the country. Then another very significant attribute to Mr. Johnson is that he was able to change the impression of the elite and the corporate world that Fuji music is actually, a musical genre that the elites and the corporate world can actually listen to and dance to. He changed the impression of a lot of people through his, modest lifestyle. You understand? He's a very classic man. Then he was able to introduce some kind of percussions, some corporate percussions into Fuji music. Then his lyrical, input is so neat that anytime he's on stage, you will see him and you won't even think like he is singing Fuji music. You understand? So Mr. Johnson, the Bonsue Fuji creator, is one of the most classic, Fuji icons we have in the game. His debut album was released in the year 1986 and it was titled Ibere. We are going right now into the deep waters with this countdown now. So I want you guys to just stay tuned and watch this video till the end. Then please, if you know that you have not subscribed to my channel, Jeff Owulewa TV, please, I'm begging you, subscribe to my channel and smash that notification bell. So when my next video is popping up, you'll be the first to see it. So at number 4, we're going to be talking about Alhaji Abass Akande Obesere Omorapala Oba Ashakashani. Hey, oh my God. Omorapala Obesere is known worldwide for his unique style and energetic, Fuji live performance. Do you get? Now, he is one of the most generous Fuji musicians we have in the game on record. Alhaji Akande Obesere holds the record of one of the Fuji musicians with some of the hottest Fuji albums of all time. Now, I'm talking about Egungun be careful. I'm talking about Omorapala Overthrow. Oh my God. Then Mr. Magic. All those albums, contributed a lot to the growth of Fuji music in Nigeria. His first album, Introduction. Yes, his first album was titled Introduction, and it was released in the year 1991. Alhaji Abass Akande Obesere, at a point, he was actually giving us these street vibes of Fuji music. He used to call himself the African Michael Jackson, with his, Jerry calls and all of that. He was able to take us into the kind of depth in the Fuji music industry that nobody has ever done, nobody has ever gone to. Do you get? He was able to create a particular niche for himself as Oba Ashakasha. He carved that niche for himself as the Ashakasha Fuji musician. I kind of know him very well. I know that Alhaji Abass Akande Obesere is one of the kindest person. He's one of the most generous person. There is no how you will hang around Alhaji Abass Akande Obesere and you will not smile. Alhaji Abass Akande Obesere, kudos to you. He's one of the greatest, Fuji music icons. He was so brave to create Fuji music style that we have never heard before. He gave us something we have never seen before in the Fuji music industry. We were used to the normal, conventional, Fuji music style, Fuji musicians coming to sing, the album will be, but when he came, he busted the scene with a very unique style. And he called it Omorapala Oba Ashakasha. Oh my God. And so that is that about Alhaji Abass Akande Obesere, one of the greatest to ever do it in the Fuji music industry. Now, at number 3, I will be having Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma Oganla one. Please give it up. Put your hands together for Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma Ijoba Fuji. Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma has played a significant role in taking Fuji music to a wider audience. Yes, Alhaji Pasuma is known for popularizing Fuji music to a lot of neutral audiences. Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma will forever be remembered as the first Fuji musician to ever feature an hip-hop artist. You all remember when they did that jealousy, jealousy, jealousy. I was walking down the road on Lagos Street. Hey, oh my God, that track was massive. That track created the kind of wave that all those artists we see today are following. They are following that footprint, that blueprint. See, that track actually introduced Fuji music to an entire new audience. That is why Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma is highly regarded as that Fuji music legend that, modernized Fuji music. He reintroduced Fuji music with his, simplicity, modernized and urbanized lifestyle that makes Fuji music more appealing to the younger generation. That is why you will see that after the release of albums like Choices, Computer, Puff Daddy, Orobokibo, all these albums, actually, it was as if a floodgate was opened and the industry, the Fuji music industry, actually witnessed a massive inflow of new Fuji talented musicians into the industry. Yes, and I can tell you, when you look at people like Tekoma, when you look at people like Shanko Rashidi, all those Wasiu Container, the Fuji music industry actually, it was as if a door was opened and a new generation of talented Fuji musicians came into the game. They flooded the Fuji music industry. The wave that Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma created, that wave, that blueprint, actually inspired a lot of them to have that, gut instinct that if Alabi Pasuma could do it, I can actually do it. So a lot of them actually came into the industry. With that kind of inspiration, all of them are doing very, very well today. When you look at people like Alhaji Taye Currency, when you look at people like Tirileda, when you look at people like Sharafa Digun and a lot of others, you will know that Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma's contribution to the growth and the acceptance of Fuji music by the younger generation, because prior to that time, Fuji music is not something that you can just dive right into. All those attributes almost made it impossible for people to dive right into. But it was when Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma busted onto the scene with those albums. He even gave backup singers time to showcase their talent officially on Fuji music albums. Do you get? So Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma actually has a lot of first to his name. When you go to Nollywood, when you count how many films Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma has been featured, you understand, in Nollywood industry, you will know that out of all the Fuji musicians, Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma is one of the most featured Fuji icons in the Nollywood industry. Then Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma is actually the first Fuji musician to ever participate in a national TV reality show, Celebrity Takes Two. Yes, when he did that, a lot of things that was not actually, that people thought it was not impossible for a Fuji music icon, it was Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma that broke that jinx. He made it all possible for everybody to see that, okay, you could actually be a Fuji musician and get a multinational brand ambassadorship from an international, company like Globacom, making him the first person, the first Fuji icon to be awarded a multi-million, brand endorsement in the entire Fuji music industry without Globacom brand endorsement that year. Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma is the first and only Fuji icon to ever perform on the stage of Benson and Edges way back. In all those Benson and Edges stage that they will bring international artists like 50 Cent, all those Jaru, them P Square, them Idris Abdulkarim. Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma was the first and only Fuji musician to ever step on that stage to perform to an audience that are not traditionally Fuji music audience. Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma's contribution to the growth and the modernization of Fuji music is highly incomparable. You get, his first album was released in the year 1993 and it was titled Recognition. Ó dá money ẹjọ́ tàbá forin ko abidi agbára kaka ko la fi nkorin tiwa That Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma's first album, Recognition, will forever be remembered as the only debut album from any Fuji icon in the entire industry that will have that kind of wave. The legacy of Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma will continue to inspire, generations yet unborn. So kudos to Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma for his contribution to the growth of Fuji music in Nigeria. At number 2, let me bust everywhere open. Alhaji Dr. King Saheed Osupa, Olufimo 1, always on top. You already know how it is. At number 2, I'm having Alhaji Saheed Osupa at number 2. You all know Alhaji Saheed Osupa. See, Alhaji Saheed Osupa is highly regarded as one of the most lyrically inclined Fuji icons of all time. Now, he has over 66 studio albums. And Alhaji Dr. King Saheed Osupa is the only Fuji icon that recorded a 4-in-1 album. He was actually crowned the King of Music by Dr. Sikiru Ayinde Barrister, and ever since then, he has been living up to that reputation. Do you get? Some people call him the Google of Fuji. Some people will look at him and say, he is the encyclopedia of Fuji music. And some people will look at him and they will be like, Alhaji Saheed Osupa is the professor of Fuji music. And some people will call Alhaji Saheed Osupa the deity of Fuji music. Ifa Fuji. Some people will say he's the professor of Fuji music. When you're looking for something that you don't understand in Fuji music, it is only Dr. Saheed Osupa that can actually give you that meaning, the meaning to what you are looking for. Oh my God. Through his music, it can actually censor, it can actually cancel you as a couple. Yeah, either you are a wife or you are a husband. Saheed Osupa's music will counsel you on what to do and what not to do in your marriage. His lyrics, resonates with our everyday lives. King Saheed Osupa's lyrics will talk to you, will lift you out of your mystery. Do you get? That is why they call him the deity of Fuji music. Because practically there is no situation his music will not relate to. Oh my God. Then another attribute about Alhaji Saheed Osupa is that when you look at the entire Fuji music industry, the best actor from the Fuji music industry will definitely be Dr. King Saheed Osupa. So another thing about Alhaji Saheed Osupa is that he is one of the most educated, Fuji musicians that we have in the game right now, because he has a BSc from the University of Ibadan in political science. So another big attribute about Alhaji Saheed Osupa is that he is the most trending Fuji musician right now. If you check all the data, statistics, and figures across all digital music platforms, you will realize that King Dr. Saheed Osupa is the most streamed Fuji musician right now. Do you get? You know why? He took his time. His talent, his craft. He took his time to develop the talent, the craft. He took his time. He's one of the most intelligent Fuji musicians we have in the game. He's the first and only Fuji musician that attended that popular Maso Ibu program. Then he was able to answer all the 10 questions correctly. So those are some of the attributes of King Dr. Saheed Osupa at number 2. At number 1, Alhaji Wasiu Ayinde K1 the Ultimate. Now, Alhaji Wasiu Ayinde Marshal is also known as K1 the Ultimate. He is highly acclaimed and influential in the Fuji music genre. He has received a lot of awards, both on the national stage and on the international level. K1 the Ultimate actually introduced that unique Talazo beat to the Fuji music genre. K1 the Ultimate is regarded as the first Fuji musician to perform at the Lekki Sunsplash concert. That was a major event in the Nigerian music entertainment industry. K1 the Ultimate was also the first Fuji musician to perform in higher institutions. Yes, so K1 the Ultimate, Alhaji Wasiu Ayinde, has been recognized with numerous chieftaincy titles, including Mayegun of Yoruba land. That solidifies his status as a very big cultural icon. His influence and his innovative approach have inspired a lot of other Fuji musicians, contributing to the growth of Fuji music genre. Yes, so like you cannot talk about Fuji live records without talking about the success of Alhaji Wasiu Ayinde K1 the Ultimate when it comes to recording live performances. His legacy will continue to grow, spanning across all stratas of life. Guys, meet me in the comment section. Let me know your own thoughts and opinion on these top 10 Fuji musicians of all time and their first albums respectively. God bless you for watching my videos. And if you know that you are watching my videos and you have not subscribed to my channel, Jeff Olewa TV, please, I beg in the name of God, do so. Subscribe to my channel and smash that notification bell, so when my next video is popping up, you'll be the first to see it. God bless you for watching my videos. God bless you for dropping those beautiful comments. Love you guys. Holla.
Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the notification button.